Hello all! Today we are creating this button effect with CSS. So let's get started! I have created a folder on my desktop. I will create another one inside for this example. Let's name it Exercise 1. Let me open the folder path on command line, so that we can open the folder on Visual Studio Code, which is the IDE I am using for this video. Then we will create two files, one HTML and a CSS file. I am going to open the HTML file on the browser using Live Server, so that we can see the changes we are making on the folder without reloading the page. Once that is done, let's close the sidebar. Then we need to create basic tags for HTML. I am using a plugin to generate basic boilerplate. Now let us give a title to our HTML. I am using the same name we gave to our folder. Once that's done, we will link our CSS file to HTML. Next we need to add a custom font to our page. It's optional. I will use Quicksand font from Google. It should be here somewhere, else we can search for the font. Yes, here it is. I will select the regular style and will copy the link tag inside. Paste the link tag just before the link tag we used to call our style CSS. Now let me place the CSS beneath the HTML so that you can see the code in the browser easily. We will use only one button element to create this button effect. Rest of the magic happens inside the CSS. I will give a class name to the button. Let's call it our button. Now let's start styling our button. First, we need to position our button to the center of the screen. We will use Display Flex property to do that. Align items center and justify content center will do our job. We should give a min height to our body as well. I will give 100 VH as minimum height, so that the body takes the full height of the screen. I will remove any unwanted margin on the body tag as well. Now since our button is on the center of the screen, let's style our button. I will assign the Quicksand font to the button. Let's give a font size of 16px and make the text uppercase. We need to give some padding to make the button look better. I will give 10px padding to top and bottom and 30px padding to left and right. Sorry, we actually don't need margin auto here because we are using flex to center the button. Let us remove the default border and give a border radius of 20px to get rounded edge. I am giving a letter spacing of 1.5 pixels to make the text look better. Let us add a cursor pointer to the button. Now we need to give a background color to the button. I will use CSS variables to create a variable to button color. This helps us to reuse the color anywhere we want and change the color at once. Once we declare the variable, we can use it on the button class. Now the button is looking much better. We can use this variable to change the color of button to any color. It will help us change the color wherever we are using this variable. Now let's continue styling the button. We need to remove the outline of the button when we focus on it. It's a default behavior which we are going to override. Now let's add the particle on button hover. We are going to use the before and after pseudo elements to generate the circles. First we will add common styles on before and after pseudo element. Since it's a before and after element, we need to add a content property to it. As we don't have any content to show in it, we are giving it as empty content. Now we will give position absolute property, since we are going top position the element on top and bottom of the button. The left position will be same for both before and after, which will be from the center of the button, and for positioning it on the center, we will use transform translate property. Let's give a transition effect to the pseudo element to get an easing effect while we hover. To create the circle particles, we are going to use radial gradients, on background image of the pseudo elements. We'll get back to that in a second. Here we don't need the background image to repeat, so we are using no repeat. Use z-index of -1 to bring the circles on the back of the button and an opacity of 0, to hide them initially. Let's us use 1 for the time being. We will style the pseudo elements individually now, starting with the before. As it is coming from top of the button, let us give a top value of -75%. For the circles, like I said before, we will use the background image property and radial gradient. The syntax for one circle is like this. We will use the color variable to color the circle, and we'll give a background size value of 50 px for you to see. Oh, we forgot to add width and height to the pseudo elements. Let's give a width of 140% and a height to 100%. We forgot to add position relative to the button too. Let's add that as well. Now we got this orange circle ready. We need a few more like this. I have created circles like this already. Let me copy paste the code here so we don't lose much time. You are free to create as many circles you wish. Just position it in a proper manner. We don't need circle this big. So I have changed the size of the first circle to 10 px. Let me position the circle gradient code properly so that it's a bit more readable. I have 9 circles in total on top now. I will give separate sizes to each individual circles as comma separated values. I have given separate colors and styles to each circles as well. Now that we can see the circles, let's hide them by zeroing the opacity. Just like the before element, let us style the after element too. As it's coming on the bottom of the circle, instead of top, we will give bottom property a value of -75%. Let's start adding the bottom circles. I am copy and pasting the circles code in their sizes which I already created. As we are showing the circle particles while hovering the button, let's add a hover state style to show the keyframe animations. First on the before element and then on after element. I am giving the animation name as top circle animation, to the before, and bottom circle animation, to the after element. I am giving a speed of 0.75 seconds to the animations to play. Let's start adding the keyframe animation now. First we will add the animations to the top circle animation and then to the bottom circle animation. For the keyframes we are going to use 0%, 10%, 50%, and 100%. We will use 10% only to enable the opacity of the circles, and rest keyframes, we will use to animate the background position of the circles. Like the background size, you are free to use any comma-separated values to the background position. Make sure they are 9 set of value, as we have 9 circles on each sides. We will zero out the background size value on the 100% to get an even more pleasing animation. Like the before element, let's start keyframing the after element as well. Let's see if everything is okay, seems fine to me. Let's check our result. Works fine. But there is a minor issue. When we hover fast, the circle seems to be out of shape. Not sure if you can see that, but there is a quick fix to that. We can hide the pseudo elements using display none, and change it to display block on button hover. Now it's perfect! Hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please support by subscribing to this channel. We'll be back with interesting videos like this. Until then, goodbye and take care.